Kumechacha.
Kumechacha.
Grace, Kumechacha.
Kumechacha. Halabari Diaspora. Welcome to Kumechacha, your Saturday African Diaspora breakfast show
with
Grace and Grace. Oh, thank you for joining us this Saturday. For those who have been watching us since episode 1, karibu to yet another episode.
Yes. Home is where your heart is, and we are at home right now.
Yes.
Kwa hivyo, karibu nyumbani. Whether you're in Kenya, Germany, wherever, Netherlands,
Malaysia,
Doha.
Yes.
Home is where you're sitting right now. Don't cheat yourself. You're somewhere else.
Just be truthful to where you are.
Where you are is your home.
Yes. And to the people who are joining us for this first time, welcome to Kumechacha.
Yes.
This show is an uplifting show, and we come together to celebrate all things Africa, all things Kenya.
Yeah.
We have a good time. We encourage each other.
Yeah, and we like positive vibes.
Yes.
We keep it positive because life can really tear you down.
Yes.
And if you let it tear you down, you know that only the fittest survive.
Only the fittest survive.
So you have to rise above it and keep it positive.
Yes. So we want to thank you for even tuning in and joining us. We appreciate you. Yes. So Grace, it's a few days ago.
Yes.
We marked the beginning of what we call our holiday season with the first snowfall.
It is called the Noristan. These snows all have some female names.
Yes.
I don't know if Noristan is a man's name, but we've had all these female names.
Yeah.
The storms, the
Katrina,
Maria,
Florence.
Maria.
I don't know. So many names. I don't know what they called after female names, but we digress.
No, they say nobody gets as angry as a woman who is scorned. But we want that changed.
We want that change. Yes.
Yeah, we need more male names for this.
Yes,
so tell us about the Nor'easter.
The Nor'easter is I think what they call it is a rain that or a wind or rain that makes landfall, and so it impacts the area by having a lot of rain or a lot of snow that gets into the area, and that marks the beginning of the snow. I think we received 5 inches.
Yeah, 5. Although the weather forecast had predicted 9 inches, but we got only 5. And it reminded me of that meteorological station in Nairobi at Dagoretti Corner.
Yeah.
Those people used to tell us it was going to rain cats and dogs and turtles. And it would be as dry as the desert.
Hopefully, I think...
But I think the weather changes its mind.
It does.
Sometimes it acts like it's coming, but somewhere along the way, it disappears.
And people change their personalities too when the weather changes, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
But Grace, we wanted to mark the beginning of this episode by saying that, there are a lot of people who are probably welcoming the holiday season with mixed feelings, and a lot of people are probably experiencing some type of loneliness or some type of extreme, maybe nostalgia is kicking up even more than normal, because this is time when people are going home. People are interacting with their families, going home for Thanksgiving. If you're in school, this is when people are leaving campus.
Yes.
It's close to winter break. So we wanted to share something that is very near and dear to us. And I hope that it can be comforting for you and to kind of set the mood for this episode and say, we are there with you. Yeah. And there's a power greater than us that can guide you through this maybe tough time.
Yes, and Grace, last Saturday we talked about children and how difficult it is for both parents and children when they have to go home.
Yes.
Some parents prefer to send their children to relatives and friends, and some children prefer to stay in school.
That's true.
But now we're talking about fellow adults.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
What does the holiday tiding hold for you?
Yeah. So Grace,
tunaomba uwepo wako uende nasi, ewe Bwana wa majeshi, tusikie. Kama huendi nasi, hatutaki kutoka hapa, hatuwezi peke yetu, enda nasi. Tutavunwa mapambo yetu, vitu vyote vya thamani kwetu. Nyoyo yetu twaleta mbele zako,
This song always puts me in such a mood.
Yeah. So Grace, I was just looking at the translation.
Yeah.
And it says, "We pray for your presence to go with us."
To number we to in the Nasi.
And it says, "Oh Lord of hosts, listen to us. If you won't go with us, we don't want to leave. We can't go by ourselves. Go with us." Yeah. And then the chorus says, "We are a stubborn people, forgive us."
Oh, I think that's the second part.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. The chorus says, "We shall remove our ornaments. And then everything we value, our hearts we bring before you. Cleanse us and walk with us." Yeah. Throughout our journey, it's important for us to let our inner power, our Lord, lead the journey for us.
Yeah,
walk with us.
Especially when you're experiencing something that for the first time, and it's something where you're not quite sure how to deal with it. It's a situation that's been put on your plate, and you come to realize, wow, maybe I need something that's bigger than me. I need something that's greater than what I know I'm able to do right now to go before me. And I put all the things that I may have adorned, maybe the mask that we have put on, maybe our attempts to stay normal. Sometimes you just want to stay like this, but you're really hurting inside.
Yeah, a lot of times, we try to put up an image. Yeah, to show the world that we are really doing well, taking all these nice photos on Instagram and Facebook. And the next thing you hear is that someone is gone.
So this is a really comforting song, an encouraging song to say, we are ready to go. It's a walk of faith. It's a leap of faith. And we're here to encourage you. It's something that encourages us at home. It's a Swahili song, and we're going to sing it in bits and pieces, so you'll hear us. But that's the message that we want to carry this particular episode. Tutavua mapambo yetu, vitu vyote vya thamani kwetu. Nyoyo yetu twaleta mbele zako, tutakase na utembee nasi. We the Kumechacha crew walk by faith.
We walk by faith.
Grace
Kumechacha. Because we know where our trust and our faith is.
Absolutely.
And we know that we can go through this journey no matter how difficult it is.
Yes. So have faith. Walk with faith. Grace, Yani, we have a kitoweo today.
I tell you. Let me put my biro down. My writing pen.
We have our breakfast. Sijui ni breakfast, is it lunch or
breakfast, brunch, lunch, break, whatever.
So
we are breaking the fast.
Where do we start?
Wow.
The one and the only.
Chapati.
Chapati.
Kenyans' favorite. Kenyans are known mostly for their chapati.
Chapati and sambosa. Yes. So chapati, for those who don't know, chapati, what is it? Chapati is a wheat flour.
It's wheat flour, yes. Here, there's something close to it. What do you call it?
Tortilla? Yes.
Yeah, but this is different. You need the dough with some oil, and then you pan fry it.
Yes.
And it's normally comes out flat. Grace, you remember how we were folding it?
Yes.
We folded it like clothes. We remembered.
We are packing.
People are packing. Holiday time is coming.
Yes.
And we are going to pack this chapati.
Yeah.
So what we did, if you want to pack your chapati, fold it into two.
Yes.
Then turn it like you're making a groundnut.
Yes.
Turn it round. Yeah. Just do it 1, 2. Yeah. And there you got your corn.
Let me tell you.
If you like, you can even squeeze it so it has a different nice pattern.
Grace, let me tell you, I love chapati so much that whenever I go home, I ask them to make me a thing of chapati so I can come home with, and I pack it like I'm packing clothes. It's that important.
Yes.
And every chapati, in every home, almost every home, you see someone eating chapati. They're probably eating chapati with what?
Beans.
These beans,
black beans.
Black beans? These are red beans, Grace.
This is chili beans.
Oh, chili beans. Yes. So
chili beans is beans and minced meat. We call it minced meat. Here they call it ground beef. Yeah, but we call it minced meat.
Yes. And we are always on a health tip, so we always have to have vegetables on the table. Grace, what is this? mustard greens.
Mustard greens, yeah. We call it akeyo. Or dek. Yeah.
And what you were trying to find out the name in Kiswahili, but I don't remember.
I couldn't get it.
Yeah, if anyone knows the name of mustard seed,
in Swahili, please let us know.
Yes. I know in the Bible they say have the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. So yeah, we have that.
And that is the faith we are asking you to have.
Yes.
As you as sojourners in a strange land. Yes. Which you also call home. Yes. Have faith, all will be well.
So when we're plating, we're doing a combination here, plate, and we have some luxurious drinks. Yes. We have apple cider in a, is it sparkling cider in a glass? These are not as expensive as you may think. Yes. These are like $1.
Just $1.
Yes.
And sparkling cider is really great. Remember, we are taking beans, and you know beans sometimes has a lot of gas, and you don't want to embarrass yourself, especially when you are visiting.
I hope the KQ menu does not have beans.
Yeah,
it will be a problem.
If the KQ menu has beans, we'll just advise them to give people
Actual.
No, give them sparkling cider, because this kind of, it contains it.
Oh, it contains it.
Yeah,
in
it cleanses the system. Yeah, even if you have that gas, it won't smell so bad.
Yes,
it smells sweet.
They're being realistic.
Yeah, Kumechacha. Well, yes.
Yes, and another thing,
beans can mess you up. Yes,
and so we want to add protein to the list. This is actually milk, Hershey's milk,
milkshake. Yeah.
Yes, milkshake.
Yours is creamy chocolate, and mine is vanilla.
Yes, this is cookies and cream, and this is vanilla.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. Yes, and the Kumechacha crew is not complete. Every week. Yeah. Our ketepa tea. We're having strungi.
Chai ofisini, chai mashambani, mahali popote, hebu kunywa chai.
Hot masala tea.
Hot masala tea. Wakati wote ni wakati wa Brookbond Green Label tea.
Someone had commented that remember when we were gallivanting around in our snow, we were eating a roast beef. Someone was really concerned that we would get a sore throat from talking, to which I said, that's a good idea. We should not be talking out there in the snow. Yeah. But hot masala tea can
help. Yeah, it does help.
Yes.
And Grace, I was just seeing something. Someone said we were drinking too much tea, but I saw something in the news. I don't know if it's verified yet, that a lot of Kenyans were having cancer because of tea.
Really?
Because of the pesticides that they put in tea. So I don't know. We have to find out from the government. Yes, if that is true. Let us know. Let us know, viewers. Yeah, let us know if they're putting too much pesticide in the tea and inducing cancer.
Or maybe it's propaganda.
Yeah,
I don't know. But in the meantime, ketepa tea.
Ketepa tea. That's what we're doing right now.
Yes. Oh. We have a fruit. Where? Grace, I forgot. I'm just looking at it.
Kumepambana.
At the bottom is raspberries.
Yes.
In the middle is green grapes. We have some blueberries just dancing around here. We have red grapes here and some sandara, aka tangerine.
Tangerine. Grace, which fruit do you think Eve gave Adam in the Garden of Eden?
I think a red grape.
No, I think it was this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or it could have been a green grape.
But maybe I think the green grape maybe choked his Adam's apple.
So it was the apple.
So it was an apple. Oh, by the way,
that's how people fail. That's how people fail exams.
That's when the
teacher
says,
Adam
"Come
ate
and
an
see
apple.
me."
Adam ate an apple, and the apple got stuck here, and he got Adam's apple.
And you're over there answering a red
your biology teacher.
Biology teacher says, "Come and see me."
Because if Adam had eaten an orange, it wouldn't have stuck. But because he was swallowing the apple in a hurry. Anyway, that's a joke.
So, that's a joke. Yeah. But that's funny.
I really would like to know what fruit it was for real. People say it was pomegranate.
Yeah.
Apple.
Yeah,
but it was still a fruit. A fruit is a fruit.
I mean, I'll just eat it nowadays. Since
Grace, have we cleared our table?
Yeah, I think we have.
And of course, our normal Kenyan Hershey's right here.
Yes,
and some chocolate.
eclairs.
Dessert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grace, now that we always talk about, especially during the holiday season, if you have an opportunity, especially if I was an international student at one point, and I do like, especially because you don't have access to a kitchen, because sometimes you're staying on a campus. Some people can't stay off campus, but a lot of people are staying in the dorms that do not have a place to cook. You can go buy ugali. So some of these things, the students are out there who want to make it but are not able to.
Yes.
And so we want to encourage you. What are your networks? Find a place where you can crash at someone's house and cook. Even go and cook for a few hours, pack food and go back to school and have something that will keep you warm during the holidays.
Yes, and this being a gloomy season, there are a lot of lights.
Yes.
We have Hanukkah, which is the Jewish holiday. We have Kwanzaa.
Yes.
And then we have Christmas.
Yes.
So there are lights everywhere. There's joy. There are Christmas lights, trees. There are people singing out in the streets. There are bands, open bands playing everywhere. Get out of the house and go enjoy. It's all free. A lot of it is free.
Yes. And I think that's a good thing about it. A lot of the things that they're holding are free to the public. You can even get whatever you can get to sample a whole variety of different foods you haven't tried before.
Yeah.
So it's really an opportunity to put yourself out there and see how really American culture is.
And there's normally a big festival at the Love Park.
Yeah.
If you live in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And it's there the whole week. Lights, if you don't have money for food, they have these little containers where you can keep like sampling from stall to stall to stall. By the time you go around the 20 stalls, you'll be so full.
Just go in a small paper bag, just no,
bad advice.
No,
but you can
so
test.
We acknowledge that food is part of self-care. So as we're sharing the food that we're eating, we encourage you to go and find them. We find them at dollar stores. We find them at regular places. So go and find them. Grace, what did you do as we're eating and self-caring through food? What did you do for self-care this week?
Also, so for self-care this week, today I took time off work. I had arranged for that earlier. So I stayed home. I was celebrating my father's memorial. He died 19 years ago. And I needed some closure because I was not able to travel and be with my family. And I did a little bit of journaling. And that journaling really helped me get out my thoughts and feelings. And while journaling, I came up with such beautiful memories of him and how he raised the family. And I remember some good values and some beautiful songs he left behind. So at the end of the day, I was really feeling good. Like I have a reason to celebrate his life and I have a reason to enjoy being his daughter. I'm so proud to be his daughter.
Wow. You wrote such a beautiful eulogy. It's amazing. Yeah, that's really cool. That's
now
really
your turn, Grace.
Well, for my turn, I actually did some bit of writing. I've actually kind of realized that I do like to write.
Yes.
I'm someone who it tends to be quiet, but it's always nice to explore your creativity and to try new things that you've not tried before, to continue exploring things that you find interesting. So this week, I've dedicated myself to writing at least one piece every week. And so when I wrote, I felt really good doing it.
I read some of the pieces you've been writing, and being a writer for more than 20 years, I was like, wow, where have you been sitting on this talent? So I really, you have such a unique style. You're such a great writer. Just keep doing it.
Thank you. It's always so good to receive encouragement from you. It's good to talk honestly about the things that you're doing that are good, so you can receive encouragement.
Uplifting, uplift a sister.
Yes.
People back home, please uplift a sister.
Please.
Yeah, help raise somebody else.
Part of self-care is vulnerability and authenticity. Find a sister today. Find a brother today.
To uplift, encourage, support.
Yes.
Help them bring out the light in them.
Yeah. Hey, Kumechacha. Kumechacha. Let me drink some tea.
Let me drink some tea. Oh, this is nice. I love the chapati.
The chapati is really good.
I know when we were growing up and we really didn't want visitors to come when we were making chapati.
That's the time when
you knock. Why are they coming when we are making chapati? One day I shouted, "We are not home!" And what spread around that I was the one not allowing people to have chapati.
Oh, you're one of those people. For me, chapati was the day that everyone volunteered to be in the kitchen. That's when your older brother, your younger brother will be in the kitchen. They're the ones who volunteer to wash the dishes while mom is over there. You're like, oh, mommy, let me help you. Let me help you. What do you need? Because they know that always the first chapati you make is always like this. They're just waiting for that chapati.
It is here. I was also. I tried to hide it, but ours also came here. We had to hide it because it came out combo.
The first chapati always comes out with this rani. Those are the ones that they wait for.
It has a lot of kisrani.
Yeah.
I don't know why when you're making chapati, that day everybody's a volunteer.
Everyone is a volunteer.
I'll clean the kitchen, I'll wash the dishes, but people are just eyeing the chapati.
That's when the dishes will be washed on time, everything will be washed on time. Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's the things that we miss about home, you know? Yeah, so...
Especially Christmas time. Christmas time is chapati time.
Chapati time.
We beat chapatis during Christmas. We chapati. Yeah.
I'm telling you, sometimes you just have to keep quiet and eat the chapati well.
Yeah, don't talk to me when I'm eating chapati, Grace. That's bad manner. You said we can't be air quiet. So.
Don't worry, I'll laugh on our behalf. So, you know, when we did our prompt on Thursday that talked about snow, and we were talking just in general, you know, the snow season can be a lonely time, but it's not all that bad. It's not all the way bad. So many things are not all the way good, they're not all the way bad. Snow season is a time in which, you know, people change, personalities change. Your lifestyle will have to change a little bit to accommodate the weather. And I think last week we were talking about daylight savings. These are some of the things that start to happen when it starts getting cold and all that. So the weather gets, first of all, imagine you're coming home from work. It's snowing, and then it's dark. At least even if it was sunlight, I could deal with it. But it's dark.
And not only that, Grace, when it gets dark, thank you. I eat it with
your whole heart.
Yeah, I've never outgrown it. With all my heart and soul. Food everywhere. Yeah, so the because it gets dark so early, there's a lot of crime, a lot of activities going on around. So that's also one time like to be very, very careful. Get home early or walk in groups. And it gets really lonely. It can get lonely. At least I can call you. I have you. I found you in America. But some people have nobody. Nobody to talk.
That's true. That's true. It's a time.
The only relationship they have is with the TV.
Is with the TV. Yeah, so the snow season can be a time where a lot of people tend to stay indoors. And a lot of people become... I've noticed, like Gracie was saying, like, don't be upset when I don't smile with you. Yeah. Because people don't have time. Because one, they're thinking about how they're going to unfreeze their cheeks.
Grace,
they're thinking about how they're going to open their eyes because it's been cracked.
When you open your mouth, people will think you're smoking. Your mouth starts smoking without cigarettes. The air just comes like, ooh, you know. And then your mouth gets stuck like this, you know. It's bad.
Yeah,
you have to put your hand in your pocket. Yeah, otherwise they will freeze.
Yeah, or it will crack.
Or it will crack. So it'll be like,
Yeah, so don't take it personally.
Yeah, don't be upset. Yeah. That's how we greet each other in winter. Summer will come and we'll hug again.
Yeah, people say, And Grace, you know, on the topic of skin, this is a time where us people with dark skin should really be careful because our skin will crack easily just because you may not see. That's when your skin gets dry. It's really important that you take this winter season and pay special attention to your skin, you know, because now the wind will be blowing, it will be very dry, and you can experience cracks, and that can really affect your skin down the line, especially here. You need to have gloves on. Also, your shoes need to be protected because if you don't cover your extremities well, you're much more likely to be cold throughout the day. So if you cover your socks well, you wear a hat, and you wear like good gloves, you're more likely to be warmer longer.
Grace, the way you're saying so gently that there's a wind. That wind is bad news. That wind can push you. That wind is so rude. It can come and push you from the back if you're not eating well and you're light. Please eat well. This is the season you need to eat. That wind can push you, can push you mpaka you fall. And this is a lot of the time when people slip. And fall.
That's true.
Because the snow and sleet are very slippery, and you'll find you've broken a hip, you've broken a leg. That wind, when they warn you, check your weather forecast. When they warn you, don't go out. That wind comes like a kalausi, like a whirlwind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it pushes you. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, that wind is powerful.
And Grace, you're right, especially when it comes to ice. Sometimes you don't even see the ice because it has just like frozen very like a sheet. So you may be walking on a street and don't even notice that it's slippery until you find yourself sliding.
Yeah. Especially the day after it snows.
Yes.
When it starts thawing.
Yes.
That's the most dangerous time.
Yeah, it thaws and then it gets really cold and then that freezes it. Yeah. So one of the things that people do is they pour salt. So when snow is about to fall, if you're in a home, they recommend like you clean your sidewalk or your pavement. So or you make sure a lot of people are shoveling snow, because if you don't, some people who have cars, if you don't shovel your snow regularly, your car will be covered all the way with snow. Yeah. You're going to leave and go to work, maybe take your children, you can't. Yeah. You know, or if you don't put snow, there's a regulation actually, if you're a business, you need to salt the area and make sure that it's shoveled, because if someone falls in front of your property, they can sue you.
And also if you live in if you don't live in an apartment, you live in a house. Yeah. You have to check your contract your lease. You have to check your lease, because you're supposed to clear the snow from the front of your yard. You're supposed to shovel it off. If anybody falls in front of your house, you will be sued. Because it's like
public walking ground. You have a responsibility to clean it.
And you yourself can fall. So don't be tempted to follow that man who goes around singing, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Yeah. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey!
Hey! And it will be like, Pongaloo?
Yes.
Hey! Huh? He'll go on with his boots and you'll be, Pongaloo?
Yeah, a lot of people get into accidents, especially if you're older. Please be careful. Like, it's really, really important. It's important that you get shoes that have treads, because if you wear soft shoes, rubbers, whatever, you're just going to slide around. Yeah. You get shoes that have like those, is it treads? Yes. Yes, so you can walk firmly on the
Grace, you should see the way my walking style changes during snow. I walk like I'm what do you call it? Zombie. Yeah. Like that. When I first came here, I was walking like this. As if I'd gotten stuck in the hyena strap.
You have to
So walking style change. Don't think that someone is swaggering, is being proud. It's that snow making you sway.
Grace, I'm an unintentional model.
Astronaut,
I'm just like this.
Alien. You're an alien. 2, 3. So you can start rehearsing. You can start rehearsing this before the real snow comes in winter. Yeah, rehearse every day before you go out. Check the boot. 2. Kumechacha and snow.
It's tips, it's tips. You know, you have to be ready.
And Grace, what I fear the most about this holiday season, the bills go so high. Yes. There's a time that I got a bill for the gas, the heat. Is it the heat? The gas.
Yeah,
is the heat?
Gas is the heat.
Yeah. My head just started going round. I felt dizzy.
It's the price of rent.
People thought I had not drank water.
You were looking dehydrated.
I got dehydrated because this bill was like $300. I was like, huh?
Yes.
Funny, what happened?
Heating is such an expense during the winter,
so
because
expensive.
it gets so cold that you cannot possibly, even if you wear like blanket and blanketi and gumboot and blanketi, that cold will still find its way. You'll feel it even in your teeth back here.
Especially if your heating system is not good. When you're moving into a house, make sure that the heating system is working.
Yeah, so when you're looking, especially, that's a great idea. If you're looking at your lease, find out, okay, who's paying for it? Am I paying for it? Are you paying for it? Yeah. And also understand that as a tenant, you have rights. Especially if your landlord is responsible for the heat, you have the right to have your heat at a certain level. Like they say, after if the heat goes below 35 or maybe even 50 degrees Fahrenheit, there's a duty for them to put the heat at a minimum level. If they're not providing that amount of minimum, if they're not providing that minimum level of heat, you can go to the city council, you can go to the zoning people, you can even make sure the gas company is involved, because they can be called to task. Because as a landlord, those are the things that they have to sign up for. Unless that's when you kind of start finding out if you're living with a slumlord or if you're living with a good landlord. Because a good landlord will do as much as they can to make sure that you're in a livable, habitable place.
Yes, and Grace, talking of a slum landlord, who is a slum landlord? A slum landlord is one that allows rats to stay in the house. They have ants all over the house.
Yes.
You'll find if you put sugar on the table, you will be visited by 1 million ants, very friendly ants. They'll be all over, licking the sugar, helping you to eat the sugar. You will find mold in the basement. You will find the basement leaking.
Yes.
This is the land. You'll find the ceiling leaking.
Yes.
You'll be sleeping at night, then you hear chunglu. You think you're dreaming, but it's the water dropping on your head.
Yeah, and it's true. A lot of people find themselves in situations, especially when a deal is too good to be true.
Yeah,
it probably is.
And I love apartments because this is the time when I really admire and envy those who are living in apartments because they don't have to shovel.
Yeah,
and then some of the bill comes with the
rent.
With the rent. They share. Someone told me they pay only $7 because there are like 20, 30 people in the apartments and they pay only $7. But if you take a house, you'll pay the rent, you'll pay the water, you'll pay the electricity,
you'll pay the sewage.
You will be working for the landlord. All your life in America, you'll be working for the landlord. And you'll remain poor and miserable. And that's when you start feeling like you want to go home.
That's when you want to go home.
And this Christmas season just overwhelms you.
That's when you start thinking of the bed sitter where you just had to pay, $2,500 and you could deal with your stove and whatever. But I think this is a great opportunity for folks to review your contracts, especially as it's getting cold. There are folks who have homelessness issues, and we want to let people know that there are resources for that. Typically in a city, when it gets really cold, they institute a thing called a code blue, where they make sure that anyone who is on the streets at that particular time is they get them and put them in a shelter. So if you are someone who has homelessness issues, please feel free to reach out to your state or your local agency to see ways that they can provide support to you during this time.
Yeah, and Grace, talking of homelessness, we've had Kenyans here who've been stranded.
Yes.
And people want to, it's not a Kenyan thing to leave people out in the cold, especially if they're your relatives and your friends. But more and more Kenyans here, or more and more people of the diaspora are finding it difficult to bring in relatives and to bring in friends to live in them. What do you think is happening?
I think what's happening is people are realizing that just because you're a brand relative or you're a brand Kenyan
or a friend
does not guarantee loyalty. I think when we come here, we automatically we automatically place our own people on a different scale. You automatically trust this person because we know them, and then you come to realize, by the way, these are just the people I left home. These are just people.
The same people.
The same people.
What do you mean by the same people?
The same people meaning people bring in their drama. People are deceitful. People are lazy. People have different agendas, and we've seen a lot of issues that have happened in terms of hosting someone and you find something. It could even be someone starts engaging in addiction or becomes addicted to something.
Yes.
Or someone starts doing things that you don't agree with in the house. I mean, that can happen. And you thought that you were on agreement, you thought that you were under the same Kenyan culture.
Yeah, so there's a Kenyan, I won't say where, who, when, how, but there's a Kenyan who took in a friend of the son back home, and the son got involved with drugs, and the son was dealing with drugs in the house here, and when they came and swooped the whole place, she got arrested. Yeah, and she was charged in court. And she hadn't envisioned all this. She didn't know that her friend's son was doing drugs in the house. Yeah.
It can be very risky, because some of us are not citizens. I think a large majority of people are either on the path to citizenship or are under documented status. So if you're staying with someone and you're not completely sure what they're doing, or you place trust that this is a Kenyan, we understand each other, people say, I'd rather bring in my neighbor than bring in a stranger. Yeah.
And then also cases of a situation where you take in a fellow Kenyan.
Yeah.
And then when you confide in them and you think you have your best friend, but when you disagree, instead of resolving it or just leaving, you call Homeland Security.
Yes.
To deport them.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
so that has discouraged a lot of people from doing that, for taking in people, taking in friends and family. But let us not lose faith. Let us not allow just a few experiences, bad experiences, to diminish or to deter other people who deserve such a thing.
But you know, Grace, I've interacted with homeless Kenyans. I've interacted with someone, I think we interacted with someone who was homeless, and he started speaking to us in Kiswahili, and he said, wow.
And he pretended he was from Congo.
He pretended he was from Congo.
And he was like, hey, mobali nangai bondeko.
Tunasema tunakujua wewe.
Nani wala, nani digress.
He said, we know you.
We know you.
We know your face. So
yeah. Then when we talked to him, we were friendly a little bit.
Yeah.
He even spoke in our language.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was sitting somewhere begging.
Yes.
On the streets at Reading, right outside Reading.
Yeah. So,
but he followed us. He was like, you look like our sister.
You look like our sister.
So we were like, yeah, you look Kenyan. He said, no, I'm your neighbor.
Yeah, but we did uchunguzi and found out. So
we showed him mingi love. We showed him mingi love. Bolingo. And and he opened up, and that was really we were touched. We were humbled. And we were able to share with him some of our shopping. That was wow.
You know, Grace, I think the moral of this part is, you know, you have people have different levels of comfortability, but just know that even if you feel comfortable just to donate to a shelter, donate knowing that there could be your brother, your sister in there. So maybe that's where you feel most comfortable. Maybe you're not comfortable having someone in your space, and that's okay. It's your home, right? But use this time to volunteer and give back to people who are in need. You know,
Grace, you're raising a very important issue, Grace. You don't have to help somebody. You don't have to bring someone to your house.
Yes.
To help them. You can help them from wherever they are.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't have to bring them home. But if you're kind enough out of the generosity of your heart, you can help them. But tender wema uende zako. Don't always expect thank you in return. There's a song they used to sing, Asante ya Punda. Do you know it? Asante ya Punda ni mateke. The thank you of what's a punda?
A donkey.
A donkey is a cake.
Yeah.
So you help a donkey, and what it will do is kick you very hard. Very hard.
Yeah.
Not soft, very hard.
Kumechacha,
Grace.
So so there's different ways that people deal with it. So we've already talked about, you know, you can find Kenyans, you know, there are people that this is the time where they do nyama choma, you know, people, that's when people go and hang out,
nyam kachumbari,
you know, it's a good time. You know, there's times at which people, they use the time because now this is when the holidays are created. You take the opportunity to do so. This is also a time at which people start looking for loved ones, looking for a romantic partner, because the gas is too high, and you've said, I have a different heating system.
Ngoja Grace, ngoja.
Naomba utuonyeshe njia zako, kwa maana umetuita kwa jina lako. Tulia, e Bwana, utukufu na uso wako, bila wewe tutashindwa, enda nasi. But some people don't want to go by themselves.
They want to go with others. People are schemers. We call it schemers in Kenya. In Kenya, they have calculated that when that holiday comes towards the end of the year, I'm gonna look for a man or a woman, and we are just gonna get together to give each other warmth. Only for that season.
6 months.
6 month relationship. No deals, no feelings. And don't you try after that 6 months to start saying you fell in love, because that is not part of the deal. Don't fall in love during the cold season.
It's called,
because the weather is playing something with your chemistry.
You. Yes.
This weather plays tricks.
It's a phenomenon that people know about, and it's called cuffing season. Yani pingu. Cuffing season. Pingu ya winter.
Oh.
So it's called cuffing season because that's when you are starting to look around, you're starting to feel cold, and people say they're looking for someone to warm their bed.
Just to hold them. Not tightly, but just to make just to let the heat, the body heat.
So my friend,
some people don't have blankets, some people don't have duvets. Just because you have a double duvet in your house and you have a dog you're sleeping with to keep you warm, or a cat. Don't think everybody's like that. No, people are suffering out here.
Listen, if someone is serenading you, Grace, if someone is serenading you at this particular time, especially after the snow, chunga. and investigate that and see.
You have some big words. What is serenading?
Serenading is serenading is when someone is bringing you tea, bringing you coffee. Hey, honey, come to my house.
I'm old school. Just call it seduction.
Someone is playing for you Musa Juma. Someone is playing for you Sauti Sol. Someone is saying, oh, honey, come to my house. You know, let us sit by the fireplace. I was listening to that today. So the cuffing
someone
season,
is treating you like you're a queen, like a king.
Even you're looking at yourself, you're like,
is this me that I'm being kumbe? The man is cold, the woman is cold, they just need you for 6 months.
I'm telling you, it changes your brain chemistry.
Be careful, don't fall in love. Know that you are just going to keep the person warm. Stick with your contract.
Yes.
Don't go outside your job description.
Hey, yeah.
Because this baridi churches.
It churches.
Kumechacha na baridi. Kutachacha na baridi.
Let me tell you. When you find someone who you've known each other, then their mouth has been the opposite. Their face has been tight at you all summer. But now that it's cold, their face has changed.
They've not been greeting you. You meet them in the morning. You say, good morning. They're like, All of a sudden, good morning, Gracie.
What are you doing? What are you doing this weekend?
They're calling you Gracie, graciousness.
Someone is plotting.
There's a deal.
Someone is trying to use your body heat. Please protect your body heat.
Protect your body heat. Let the person go to Pico. PGW. Alipe bill, let the person pay the bill so that their house is warm.
Yes.
You are not Pico.
You're not somebody's bed pillow. You're not somebody's warmth.
Yeah, but if you agree to the contract,
why not?
Stick with it. When it gets to is it February?
Go
back home.
If you hear someone of a relationship breaking in April, you know what happened.
But let me tell you, there will be no wedding bells. Because the relationship was founded on warmth. And snow.
It was set on a cold foundation.
It was set on a cold foundation. The wise man built his house upon a rock. The wise man built his house upon a rock. The wise man built his house upon a rock. And the rain came down later. The rain came down and the rain came down. The rain came down. The rain came down and the rain came down. And the house came tumbling down.
I think that's when he built his house on sand.
Was this Humpty Dumpty? That was another song.
I think that's another one. I think it's some nursery rhymes are coming back to me.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and
I had a great fall.
Kunglu?
Listen, don't build your house on eggs.
Don't build your house
on relationship
on
warm
eggs. And snow.
And boiled eggs because they will crack. And you'll be left with nothing.
I tell you, this America. People form these relationships.
Yeah. Watu wa shingo ngumu tusamehe, hatufai mbele zako turehemu, tusafishe Baba, tuonyeshe uso wako, twahitaji neema yako, wende nasi. Tutavuna mapambo yetu, vitu vyote vya thamani kwetu. Nyoyo yetu twaleta mbele zako, tutakase na utembee nasi. Nyoyo zetu twaleta mbele zako, tutakase na utembee nasi.
So, Grace, it says we are a stubborn people, forgive us. We are undeserving, Lord, redeem us. Cleanse us, Father. Show us your way. Show us your face. We need your grace.
Yes.
We need God's grace. Because if this love is going to depend on the sleet and the snow.
Yeah.
It is headed nowhere.
It is headed nowhere.
Yes. So you don't want anyone to take advantage of you as a diasporian, or you to take advantage of someone here who offered you hospitality.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the weather.
Yes.
There are blankets. There's Black Friday where you can go and get blankets for $1 and keep yourself warm.
You know, if someone wants you to be a prayer partner that can only be prayed for in the house, run away.
Yeah.
Because that's not the prayer partner we are looking for.
Yeah. Let's Kumechacha. We just have to sing this song to give us grace. Yes. A lot of stuff that are going on here. You know, Zimechacha.
Yeah. And speaking about like cutting costs, now that you've known, you've become smart on these like tactics about keeping warm. There are tips that we want to share about electricity and how you can be smart around spending so you don't have to pay so much the end of the month because of the cold.
Yes.
So Grace, what are you doing for your place?
Oh, for me, since I got that technical knockout bill that almost sent me to hospital, to intensive care unit, I cover my windows with plastic, and that helps the heat retain. Because there's a lot of drought that comes in. So if you don't block your windows with plastic, then you'll have a very high bill. Also, don't turn on the heater too early. You can always wear your sweat pants and thermal. And dress warmly even when you're in the house.
Right. Yeah. So I guess the goal is to not like recreate the conditions of being in the summer, but rather be in a comfortable state. Because even at home in Kenya, when it's July, you wear your sweater around the house.
Yeah, you don't turn the heater on. But also have a thermal that regulates the heat. Don't turn the heat on and off, because it starts the turbine. It means you're starting the heat all over. It's using a lot of energy to start again, so the heat will really, really go up.
Right.
But you can also go to the mall.
Yes.
Switch it off. Turn it low. Go to the mall for the whole day. Go and use those free public facilities.
Yes. Yeah. Also, like maybe if you're going to work, who are you leaving the heat on for?
The heat on for. So you can leave the thermostat, or you can just have it off.
Keep your windows closed. Because if the window is closed, if the window's open or there's a draft coming in, it's an uphill battle for the house to get warm. And that means you'll use more gas, and therefore your bill will be higher.
Yeah, and even as you use more gas, you're also going to use more. You're gonna use a lot of heat. Even with the gas, it's the gas that you use to cook. Instead of boiling water, because we keep making tea, keep making soup. Instead of boiling water all the time, boil the water in a kettle and put it in a flask, so that you can just go to the hot flask and keep re-adding it, instead of using the gas heating all the time. That saves the heat.
Well, Grace, you know me, I live in an apartment, so I'd say that there's some apartments where you still have to pay for gas, but for me, I do not have to pay for gas. But it's always an issue of being always on top of things, making sure that you're also staying warm, and you're also making sure that your house is adequately warmed. So that means you're interacting with your landlords. You're checking in and making sure that your rights are your rights, so that you're able to communicate effectively if there are any issues down the line.
Yeah, and Grace, for a survivor like me, I don't need, if I don't have a carpet, that is when I spread blankets all over the floor to retain the heat.
You know, I went to Limuru Girls, which in July, it just felt like someone taught us it's sleet, not ice pellets. You know, I got a bit used to the weather, so as we slept with 3 blankets. So some of us we have grown extra skin based on our experiences, and you can too. I think after a year, you start getting used to the weather. And also, don't be wearing covering all your head. Why?
You need to breathe.
The people that wear the monkey, you look like the child.
Look like a monkey.
Only your eyes are showing. When you're entering a building, you need to show yourself, identify
and remember that there's some buildings, some supermarkets, you're not allowed to get in wearing the hood. So just have a nice coverage. You don't want to get in trouble. Get yourself into some drama, which you can avoid. Yes.
And for some people, Grace, we want to get to the people who, when winter hits, they are packing their suitcase, they are going home. Yani, people are ready to go home. They want to celebrate with their Christmas or the holiday season with their families. And this is a time at which the snow and the cold season can really, really mess people up. Because when it snowed on Thursday, yesterday, about 40, 50 flights were cancelled from Philadelphia International Airport. So imagine you've packed. Imagine you've spent all night packing.
Grace, you're just reminding me,
you know? Yeah. And then you get to the airport, you're waiting 2 hours, and then you hear, by the way, it's been cancelled.
Until when?
We are not boarding until further notice.
I don't know whether I can start walking backwards, sideways, or whether I can just, I don't know. Yeah, that's really, really disappointing and frustrating. Yeah. In fact, now you're reminding me that our lovely Kenya Airways flight, the one we were singing and celebrating the other week. Kenya kipenzi chetu hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya yetu, Kenya kipenzi chetu hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya ni baba yangu, tena ni mama yangu, hatutaacha Kenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu left us. Oh, okay, KQ. KQ was we promised, Kenya Airways, we promised to love you through hot water, through fire, through warm bodies. We gave you our pledge. We pledged our loyalty to Kenya Airways flight. We pledged to eat 1,000 boys, omena, bamboo, even githeri, beans, man. Even beans without sparkling cider on that flight. Kenya Airways, what have you done to us? I think Kenya Airways was like, by the way, there's cold in this country. Was it the cold that took them away? You know, this cold has been changing people's character. Anyways, after we talk about Kenya Airways, we'll be going to that man. Which one? That man. We told you this cold does something to people's heads. This cold messes up people's heads. People will start thinking you're suffering from toxoplasmosis. There's this man. Yes. Who has been going to bed in a suit. Every night. Every night, he puts on a suit, a tie, and shoes, and goes to bed next to his wife. Gosh. Okay, Kenya Airways. Kenya Airways. No, this one did not come with Kenya Airways. This one did. He was here in America. This weather just did something to his head. So Kenya Airways has cancelled. Where are we at? So we hear Kenya Airways has cancelled a variety of flights. I don't know what the number is, 32, but it's been a significant amount of flights. I think KQ flights were leaving on an almost daily basis from New York. So this means like to Nairobi. So this means for a significant amount of time there will not be flights flying on a regular basis, as we may have been led to believe. You know, so. I don't know if they're running away from the snow. I don't know if Kenyans are not boarding. When the deal is too good. Kenyans not boarding. I don't know if Kenyans are not boarding. I don't know. I'm not boarding. So, you know, as you're planning to go home, have any of you booked? I'm wondering, like, did you book already and you had your flight and then you had it was cancelled? There were people who booked and had the flights cancelled. But remember, they had taken their leave days. Yes. And in some companies, they only give you those 10 days or 15 days the whole year. So they had made plans with the kids. So what are they going to do? I don't know. So are they going to forfeit their leave days? Do you think there are companies that would allow them to go work? Well, it depends on where you work, because some employers will just say, listen, you said you were going. You temporarily. Yeah, you said you were going, so you can't come back. You just have to come back when you're going to come back. You know, so that can be a tough situation for people, because you want to travel, you want to be there with family. So do you think KQ took into account that there are people who had the vacation days? You know, I don't know who. I think we were just so caught up, Grace, in just like the newness and the novelty of having like a direct non-stop flight that even when we talked, we didn't stop to think about people that were traveling from California. Will a trip from Cali or Minnesota, how would that benefit someone who is in? How is someone a Kenyan in Minnesota, or someone wants to go to Kenya through a direct flight? How is it benefiting them? So there was a logistics issue that they did not quite address. Yeah, it looks like that. Because Grace, us, we're on the East Coast, so I think it was easier for us to maybe envision that as part of our reality. Because although Philadelphia has its own international airport, maybe we could go to JFK. But what about people who are in Florida? Yeah, but Grace, this thing is ours. It's Marwa. You were dreaming that you were even on the flight. Yeah, I was flying. So now you're turning against Where is your patriotism?
Me, I'll say patriotism does not equal clientele. You know, a brand, just because you stamp Kenya, GOK, you know, and this is maybe for KQ if you're listening, just because you're brand Kenya does not guarantee loyalty, does not guarantee seats on a plane. Because people are still facing the same issues. People want good food, people want good experience, people want airlines that are accessible to them. You know, is KQ, are you unveiling a new constitution or a new grand plan in the next few months to let us know how people who are not in New York specifically, in Queens or Brooklyn.
Grace, if you are faithful, if you are patriotic, people have traveled thousands of distances to find land, to find love. Why can't you just be inconvenienced for the sake of, this is our thing, this is Kenyan Airways?
I know,
and
but
they're just suffering from teething problems. Unless even when you came to America the first time, did you know everything?
That's what I didn't know everything, but
so why aren't you giving Kenya Airways a chance?
But I'm saying give them a chance, but also give us something to work with.
Wow.
Give us something to work with.
And what is this?
Give us something like, give us bonuses, you know? Tell us that if we go, I want.
So you're
telling me,
you have score marks you have some points with some foreign.
Yes. Kwanza, if you fly,
I think Kenyans like foreign things. They don't like their own.
We like foreign things because Kenya Airways, like we were saying, sometimes like the customer service needs to be improved.
But this customer service, these people have only flown for 2 weeks. When was their customer service proven?
When they were being the pride of Africa, why couldn't they just transfer that pride and put it in America, the pride of Africa in America, so that we can also feel that pride?
That pride of Africa, was it a lion or a hyena?
KQ, I think
I think you guys were hard on KQ, but they're having teething problems.
Yeah, and
people sang at that airport that they will never part. Chata na pende, pende na chata, chata na pende, pete na chanda, chanda na pete,
chanda na pete.
Yeah, we said we would love. Us and Kenya Airways, we were going to be one.
Yes.
How come we have become two?
No, the ring finger.
Have we become two?
But Grace, the relationships that last are relationships that are open to argument. The relationships that are open to conversation. So at least we are not keeping quiet. We know, that we love you because we are talking about you, and we are being open about it. Because honestly, if I find a good Kenya Airways airplane, I'll get on it any day. But if I find a better deal, if I can go and find a comparable deal,
what better deal? What better deal is there than your own Kenyan flight where you can speak your language, you can sing in Swahili, you can go to the bathroom 10 times, nobody will look at you.
Imagine
like, what's wrong with this black person?
I do it on Qatar, bira, Woi, without shame.
I don't know. It's a conversation that's ongoing, and we do hope that Kenya Airways won't let us down because we have pledged our loyalty.
Yes, and
maybe they're just undergoing some teething problems.
Yeah,
and we hope they will improve with time. But Grace, it is not only Kenya Airways that cancelled the flight. The flights here are cancelled. This is the season for cancelling flights because the snow is really coming.
Yes,
yeah. So let's give them a chance.
Yes, and it's also understanding that migration happens differently. The winter may be a time in which a lot of people don't travel. When have you ever traveled in the winter? A lot of people don't travel over the winter. A lot of people tend to travel maybe at the end of it into the summer. So maybe they just cancel because they say, okay, what's the point of wasting the booking? I understand it's taxpayer money, so save us some money. So for people that are going home, it may be a tricky time for people. Even within the United States, they cancel flights also.
Yeah, but should Kenya Airways pay these people who had booked?
I think so.
Rudisha pesa. As soon as yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as yesterday. And we will love you. We love you for being kind and having some empathy.
Yeah,
but
kipenzi chetu hatutaiacha milele daima.
Kipenzi
Kenya, kipenzi chetu hatutaiacha milele daima.
Kenya ni baba yetu,
Kenya ni mama yetu, hatutaacha Kenya daima milele. Kenya, kipenzi chetu hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya, kipenzi chetu hatutaiacha milele daima.
love you. We love you
Yes.
with all your disabilities.
Yeah. Nakwambia, we are chanda na pete forever.
Yeah, when things are new, people really love them.
Yes.
And then the reality comes.
Yes.
So we encourage the patriotic Kenyans to say you cannot invest on patriotism. Kenya Airways, we have learned that you cannot invest in patriotism because loyalty changes. Depending on food, hunger, the weather. So maybe you could look at other options, cast your net wide and far, and reach a wider community.
And understand at the end of the day, we're still travelers. Even though we're Kenyan, we're travelers. We're seeking good experiences.
Yeah, and we go for the best services.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
What is the best in the market?
Yeah, so
Kumechacha, Grace. Kumechacha.
Yani, Grace.
Yes.
You told me this story.
Nakwambia.
I want you to come back around. You know, you dropped this story here.
I dropped a
and then you ran around, and then I need you to come back.
Even the rain yesterday, the snow, it just came once and it disappeared.
I want you to run back around and tell me about this man in a suit, yeah?
I tell you the things we come across. I tell you. Oh, you're waiting for
me? I'm waiting. You told me, and it's just like it's a bombshell.
So there's a Kenyan who's been married to this man for 10 years. And he's been normal. They've been normal. They have a family. They're happy. But beginning 2 weeks ago, the man started wearing a suit to bed. Immediately after supper, he wears a shirt, does his tie, wears the shoes, socks, the suit, takes his wallet, puts in his pocket, his phone in his pocket, and goes to bed. And he does not want the lady to touch her, the wife to touch him or say anything. Yeah. Okay,
I have 2 questions. This man comes home, he takes off his clothes, he hangs out, and then in time for bed, instead of wearing pajamas,
he goes to his closet and puts on a full suit.
Suit and tie, and a t-shirt on the inside, and a suit.
Yeah, and the socks and shoes, and he sleeps with his shoes. He sleeps like he's being buried, like you know they view a dead body. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he does not want the wife to say anything. Yeah.
Me, I think that's a marine spirit, my friend. Run! A marine spirit.
Grace, we said it's for better or for worse, taken by your partner.
This person is going on a journey that only he can travel.
Do you think he has become an alien? Maybe he met an alien.
So why
because I hear there have been aliens sometimes appearing in some parts of America. Maybe you're doing a trail walk, and something that looks like a spaceship. People come walking like that, you know.
You know, Grace, me
must have had some experience. I don't know. You're the counselor, Grace. You're the psychologist.
Yeah.
What's going on in this man's mind?
You know, when you are saying this, the first thing that comes into mind is when I was in secondary school, and I was in Limuru Girls, very, very cold. So maybe let's understand it from maybe the man is cold. When we're in Limuru Girls.
I don't like that time because even me, I was in Nia Girls, it was cold, and we passed our exams.
In Limuru Girls, our tactic was you shower, and then you go and you wear your socks, and you wear your skirt with your biker, and you wear your bra, and you wear your shirt, and you wear your shirt, and you wear your tie, and you wear your half shirt, your half sweater, and your sweater.
My friend, that is not a suit. Like this. That is not a man's suit.
Maybe he's very cold.
No, not a suit. The suit is not a sweater.
Or maybe
the man is dressing like he's going to work. And I think that he believes in his dream that he's going to meet either the president or someone very important.
So he wants to be born ready.
He combs his hair.
Hey, yeah. Well.
He's smart. The man is smart. And he's done that just for the last few weeks. And it wasn't cold yet. Remember the cold? The cold came the other day.
I think this man is making nightly trips to a spiritual entity where the code is formal attire. Because I don't understand. He must be going somewhere, or maybe he has a night job, and he sneaks out and
the man is in bed.
The
man is in bed all night.
I think the wife is not seeing something.
Huh?
What
is she missing?
I think she's missing something.
What? Have you ever had in your case studies and all that? Have you ever had of such a case?
Unless it's an issue where someone is, especially if it's 2 weeks. Unless someone is really depressed and is about to do something drastic with their life, that they are wearing a suit and they're being ready.
I don't think depressed people even dress or even wear clothes or they normally just abandon themselves. They don't take care of themselves. I think this man wants the lady to leave him. He's probably found another woman.
But what time is he seeing this woman?
Maybe in the daytime, because he goes to work. very normal. But in the evening, he has toxoplasmosis. You know what that is?
That is? That is your English now. What's
toxoplasmosis is this illness which makes you believe you're someone else. You can just decide you're now President Trump or you're Obama, or I just decide I am a different person. And I insist.
So this thing hits him around the same time every day before he's about to go to sleep.
Yes.
I think there's some juju at work. I think there's either some juju at work.
It's a spiritual force.
I think someone is going on a spiritual trip.
But have we ever had such a trip in Kenya? Kenyans, do men go to bed in their suit and tie and shoes?
Unless they're trying to run away in the night.
Because the lady tried to remove the shoes one day, and
it was a fight.
It was a fight. It was a fight.
My sister, you need to involve more people.
Me, I will not sleep with someone who is sleeping with his shoes on.
Because your casket
the first
ready.
Night,
it's like you're ready for a casket.
Yeah.
Whew.
So, my friends, if you think you have a problem, if you think you have problems, people have problems out here. People have problems. Hey. So, if you have any solutions or any suggestions to our sister who is going through this,
because the Kumechacha crew is dumbfounded.
Kumechacha crew we can't even think of something, really. No notes from college.
Unless it's a mental health issue, or unless there's something that he feels like it's a compulsion. You know, there's some people that have a compulsion where you feel like you have to do something. It's a type of disorder. So like an obsessive compulsive.
He just got this disorder 2 weeks
ago. It can happen. It can happen. Some things can be latent until something triggers them. So maybe it's something
where... Do you think
it's
the midterm elections?
Maybe the midterm election has made it such that...
Or some of these tweets coming from the White House.
Or the California wildfires are just making... You know, people that never sleep naked because you never want to be caught unawares. This man never wants to be caught unawares. They always want to be caught in a suit.
Or maybe ICE is looking for him. So he wants to be ready when the time comes.
But with the suit, though.
And with his wallet and
his phone.
Yeah. So he's ready to travel.
I hope he carried his papers too.
I don't know what he's doing. The White knows better, but... That problem, as Kumechacha, we are still, we are not able to handle it. We're just asking if you've heard of a case like that, or you know what kind of resource this brother of ours can reach.
Grace, my brain is just flying.
Your brain
so far.
dead.
I can't even.
Your brain dead.
Yeah, my brain has refused to compute. I think it's a sickness, unless it's something that he feels that he has to do it, or something bad will happen, because sometimes people feel like that, or maybe it's toxoplasmosis. Or he's a marine spirit who goes on a trip. Maybe he's an international traveler flying in his body, and you're over there thinking that you can't travel to Kenya. Meanwhile, he traveled to Kenya and came back the same night.
I think first and foremost, we should ask this sister to take a video of him. Because this is something we have to watch. We can't talk about what we don't know. We want to know when in his suit as he sleeps, what language is he speaking?
Yes.
Is he snoring? What's happening?
Is
he doing?
Yeah.
Or is he giving this woman some medication like Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
And she just wakes up in the morning and maybe he sneaks out at night.
Yes.
But I think the man wants to break up with this woman. Because people do crazy things, strange things when they want to break up with you in a relationship. Afukuzaya kwambi
toka.
Yeah. So
whoever's kicking you up does not tell you to leave.
This one wants yes, oh yes, oh
yes, oh aeronig marin kende en momia hawini kaketora wende cheng morotela na eipi cheng morotela na echanrock cheng morotela tenka morotela na eniawa yesu 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 aeronig marin kende en momia hawini kaketora wende. Hey, keep yourself in prayer.
This one needs prayers.
You need end anasi. This is when you call on higher power, because that goes beyond logic.
Yeah, it goes beyond logic.
And maybe your husband is suffering over there where he is in his suit. Maybe he's not even aware of what he's doing. You know?
But now he went and bought some suits.
He went and bought additional suits.
First of all, we would advise the sister to tell the husband that Black Friday is coming right after Thanksgiving. These suits are going to be there in abundance, and they're going to be affordable. My clothes are loose. My clothes, I lost weight after walking.
I think you need to talk to the suit person. He can give you a referral.
I lost weight after walking all this. Watch all my clothes are loose. Sorry, viewers.
Maybe this gentleman can give you a referral for some suits because he's shopping.
Yeah, he might give me. So we can start appearing here in suits. But just this. I think that one is even for better or for worse cannot help. This one is for worse.
This is for worse or for worse.
In that suit, what color is that? Yeah, imagine your husband sleeping next to you in a red suit.
I'll be like
or a black suit.
I'll be like this.
Or maybe he's what are these people who suck people's blood?
Vampire.
Yeah, maybe he became a vampire.
It's too much. Whatever it's
too much, Grace. There are a lot of problems. There's a lot of challenges in relationships. Yes. Yeah. If you think this is bad, there's a lady and the husband you saw in the news who was supposed to get married, and the woman just discovered from the husband's text that as they've been arranging for the wedding, he has been texting this lady with an affair. So she decided that instead of leaving him, to go and read his text at the altar
as the vows.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I think I would do it only if I didn't contribute to it, because I won't go the way to a wedding and then do that.
She wanted to call him out because there was already food. People were already, the hall was booked. Yeah, and the man was texting the lady like, "Oh, I wish you are half as good as I wish my fiance, the lady I'm marrying, was half as good as you." Yeah, and maybe these are some of the reasons that some men are sleeping in suits and their phones because they're getting some text messages.
Oh my God!
That are making them difficult to face their wives or husbands. It's a tactic. This is a tactic. This is mafia.
Wow.
This is mafia in marriage.
Hey,
Grace, Kumechacha.
Wow.
So, what are we going to advise our friends? Oh, Lord.
Our advice is I like
for
what you said.
Season, yes.
Oh, are you saying for the holiday season?
Oh no, start with the other one.
I want to say for our sister to record. 1,
record him.
2,
yes,
ask why. If he refuses, record.
Yeah, and 3, what are you drinking? What is he making you drink before you go to bed? Because you don't know whether as soon as you fall asleep, maybe your drink has been laced.
Yeah, because maybe you think he's sleeping there all night.
All night.
Maybe he's going to a rave all night and coming back.
You can also pour some powder on the floor. so that when he's walking, because if he's not an alien, he'll be stepping on the floor. And then you will see, you can put, what do you call that, glue stick? Put the glue stick around the door. Yeah, before you go to bed. And see whether he really sleeps all night.
Yeah, and put more people in the conversation, because this one you cannot do yourself.
Yeah, this needs some spiritual forces.
Yes, some spiritual
both an attorney and some spiritual combined forces.
Yes, spiritual. Yes.
This is amazing.
Yeah. It's a cold season, but we want to tell you that home is where the heart is.
Yes.
And you may be far away from what we traditionally know as home, but you can make your own home here. You can network with people. You can go to people's houses. It just does not have to be Kenyan or African.
Yes.
You can meet generous people out there that are really, really focused on making sure that you have a great time in their country.
Yes.
So explore those opportunities.
Yes.
Be smart.
Yes.
Don't be cuffed for 6 months in the spirit of being somebody's pillow.
Yeah, no slit and snore relationships.
Yes,
yeah,
no Humpty Dumpty.
Breaking up can be hard.
Yes,
because you might just give your heart to us. The warmth might drive its way into your heart.
Yes,
and you give yourself, your heart and soul to someone who really doesn't care.
Yes, and
you have to pick the pieces.
Yes, and make sure that you get some access to some food, nostalgia. Food is self-care.
And Grace, as we said, you can sing your favorite songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christmas, Christmas, everybody sing. Christmas, Christmas, everybody sing. Christmas, Christmas, everybody sing. Christmas, Christmas, everybody sing.
Kumechacha. Kumechacha, Grace.
Kumechacha.
Kumechacha na slit and snow. Kumechacha na warmth for marriage. Kumechacha mambo mengi.
Kumechacha. Have a happy Saturday.
See you soon.